Next one here. What I'll do right now, actually, we're gonna get into another one called Explain Everything. But what I wanted to show you before too is the iBooks aspect, and how it's really good for students to be able to collect all of their different course compendiums, if you will, and save them in a library so that they have them all the time with them. Let's say that you emailed them this one about World War I, or all you simply do, they get the email, they just press this up here, over here, they press export to iBooks, and literally what you see is this is put in iBooks. iBooks, you can go to your collections, you can put things in books here, and you can put things also in PDF format, and we chose PDF right now because this was a PDF, which is why I asked you to save them as PDFs. And then just simply click on them, and here they are for them. They can view them in any which way they want, you know, and they show up. Let's say they get another PDF file. Let's go back. Attachments, I sent one out, a different one out. Attachment 2, I would simply do the same thing. iBooks, and then this one would pop right up in iBooks as well. And I go to the library, and of course, as a student, I would be able to save all of them here. I'd have everything here. If I wanted to change the order of things, of course, I just simply change the order. So literally, I could have, you know, social science on top, math, natural science. So on all my different bookshelves, I could have my different things that I need. If I'm not sure, World War, right? And of course, I could search for this. Of course, it didn't pop up, but I can still just go to my collection. I don't know what I actually call these things, so you know, I called it Flyer 3. So that's the problem with it. And this the same thing, Flyer 2. So if you rename yours and have them as something, you could always call them like social science or call them natural science or math. Then it's easy to search for them. But it's up to them to organize themselves at the end of the day as well. So literally they can do things like that. Now all the work they'll have here over the whole entire year, they can see everything here. So I mean, talk about transparency, talking about the ability to organize yourself in a good way. It's a fantastic tool for that. Going back, we're going to talk about productivity again, and we're going to get into this one here, Explain Everything. This is a really good one, and with the usage of an iPad for students too, this is a really great application. It costs little money. I think it costs like $3.99, maybe like 45 crowns or something like that total, I think. What we literally get here, I can go back again. Let's say that we open up our email here. Let's open up our email, and let's say this is our email, and this is a student's work, and now we want to sort of grade the student's work. We can literally click on here. We can go to this one called Explain Everything. In Explain Everything, it opens it up. This is the tool you see in front of you here. You have markers, so you can draw, you can explain things, you can give smiley faces, you can check them off, you can X them out. I think you can erase too. Everything that you did if you wanted to erase, if you messed up, if you will. Your stuff. And so you can do it like that, just like on Goodreader. But the really good thing about this one is you can add, you can record. As you see right down here. What I use a lot is the laser. As I go along, I like the laser here movement. So when I talk to them, so literally what I can do is I can do a whole aesthetic thing with this, and I can of course click off the laser if I want to push on the paper. So I can start off at the front. I got the laser on, and I can talk to them. I just press the record button. Hey John, this is your paper clearly about World War I. You mentioned it's the war to end all wars. Very good title, good concepts, hey or ho, you can say whatever you want. I like the picture that you chose here when you talk about propaganda, and specifically this one as well. It gets into things. You can push it up a little bit like this. Then you can go into this one. You say, you know, I have a question about this though. And what I really want you to do is to be able to, you know, explain things further to me. You really have to start to get into things and explain. I also want concrete examples from you. For example, you could say this or that, and you know, then you can keep getting into the student's assignment. When you're done, you just quickly, you know, press it like that, And you'll actually be able to get a playback. I can put it a little higher so you can hear it yourself. And it literally plays back for you. So you're sort of grading this live, if you will. Stop if you're satisfied with it, you think you said everything right, go ahead. If not, go back, re-record it. And literally what you have to do is just click this, export it, and you can export it to an email. And of course it's going to take a while. I mean, something like this takes, maybe 2 minutes or things like that. And depending on how long or short the assignment is, I mean, this isn't optimal for a report, but, for a one-page assignment where the student should get into something pretty deep, I mean, could be a really useful tool. And remember what I said a useful tool for the students understanding feedback and getting feedback. We all know is the most important thing, and of course getting quality feedback takes time from us. And this would allow a lot of quality feedback for the student. They can replay this, they can go back to this, they can really see areas of improvement, and they can start to really understand where they're, as we say in Swedish, the närmaste utvecklingspunkt. Good old Vygotsky, right? So, I mean, you can start to really see these things. I'm going to pause it, though. But, I'll show you live so you're going to see what it really does. Goodreader is good as well. I could actually show you a little trick where you can put Goodreader, after doing Goodreader and you can correct it, you can put it into another program and simply just talk about it on that program and then send it off. But still, I mean, it's taking quite a bit of memory. I mean, what you're experiencing when it's compressing here is because of the memory of it that it takes. But a wonderful application, in my belief. And it really gives some good feedback. What you can also do on this, while this is going on, you can put in a keynote, you can put in a PowerPoint presentation, you can record the presentation and literally talk through the whole thing as the slides go. And then you can make a YouTube channel and just put out your video on the YouTube channel. So imagine, and you can do it while in class. One of my good friends, economy teacher at our school, Yoon, he's the one who actually taught me this. So Yoon, you get credit for this one, my man. He can go into class and he'll have his PowerPoint up on Explain Everything so they can see it right on the projector, but he also presses record on here so students who are sick or students that want to go back to it, here I would just simply email it to me, are actually able to go back to this, and they're actually able to see it one more time. So a fantastic tool where students with their smartphones, with their regular computers, with their iPads, whatever, can go back on the YouTube channel and actually see these things. So correcting assignments, of course, that's one thing, but giving presentations where students can go back to this and see these presentations is another big useful tool with this program, with this application. And of course this application is Explain Everything. So in less than 10 minutes, that's Explain Everything.